Hey everybody, it's Tom, and I'm finally back again with a comic book haul. It's been like a month, over a month I think, since my last video, and I picked up a few books, including some books that I got from the East Coast Comic Con that took place May 17th through the 19th. I went on Saturday the 18th, and I'll show those books in this video as well. First, just some random new books that I picked up. This is a book that the cover I liked better online than when I first picked it up. I like the cover better online than when I actually got it in hand. That makes a little bit more sense. That was Justice League Dark number 11. I picked up Wonder Woman 71. These Jenny Frison covers are still pretty amazing. And then there wouldn't be a comic book haul without some sort of Lucio Perillo greatness in it. Justice League Odyssey number 9. Let's see if I can get a little closer look on that book for you guys. These are strictly cover grabs. I don't think I'll ever read any of these. And then Catwoman 11, Archer variant. That's it for the current stuff. I have that plate holder thing there. I don't know if it's gonna do any good or not. I'll just keep it there. Maybe if I pull that closer, we'll give that a try. Next, I'll show the books that I picked up at the East Coast Comic Con. That was the program. I only got 2 signatures. This book here is one of my all-time favorite books, so I had to have Ron Lim sign that. Yeah, that's a disaster. Hold up. Typical Tom Ryan video. Let's see if I hold that there like that. Alright, yeah. So I got Silver Surfer 34 signed by Ron Lim. I wanted to buy one of his prints. I don't know why I didn't.
I cannot wait to eat this thick and fluffy.
And then let's see what else we got here. Then I've got my Infinity Gauntlet signed by the creative team. We got Ron Lim, Rubenstein, Jim Starlin, and George Perez. I made a mistake though. I grabbed the wrong copy, and thank God I didn't get this slabbed because it's got some condition issues. I don't know if you'll see it through the Mylar, but there's some wrinkling here somehow. I don't know what I did here. And then let's see here. What else did we get at the con? I got what's this? At the Zenescope booth, they were giving these books away, so I took one, Grimm Fairy Tales, and then this book was in the gift bag that they give everybody. I actually didn't buy a lot of books at the con, and it wasn't through lack of effort. I tried to pick up some stuff. It's just the prices weren't there for me. I picked up maybe 10 books total, but I still had a good time. Like I said in my last video, I met a bunch of fellow YouTubers, like all the New York Warrior guys, Amazing Murphinator. Who else did I meet? Oh my God, I'm really bad with this, you know. And somebody's gonna say, "Hey, what about me?" Just my memory's just the worst. Red Sonja number 50 for the Joe Jusko cover. And I found a bunch of 50-cent books when I first walked in. And this is where that Key Collector app comes in handy. I got this A Next number 4. I also got to start writing on the back like what the first appearances are, but I think that's First American Dream. And these books were were popular a while ago. Now they're found them in the 50-cent bin again. Sunfire and the Big Hero 6, number 2 for 50 cents. And number 3. Found some more surprising books in there. Heroes for Hire, number 11, a Deadpool issue. These are relatively popular early Deadpool appearances. So I got number 11 and number 10. So I was very happy to find those. And then I see a lot of people showing these books off. I think Mercenaut was like the first guy to start showing these other issues of Amazing Fantasy with these minor first appearances. I think it's the first appearance of Vampire by Night. And then I found a random issue of Spawn. Anytime I find Spawn issues on the cheap, I'll pick them up. Number 94. Alias number 6 for 50 cents. These were popular books at one time. And then the last of the 50-cent books was this J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man Sweet Charity book. Not one of his better covers, but I'll pick up any J. Scott Campbell book that I find. This next book I got for, I think, $5. Trying to see if I have the price written down. Yep, $5 I think I paid for this. I found it in a random long box. And this is my second copy of this. Heathcliff, number 12, that anniversary border. So that's my second copy of that. And then I got 2 other books at the con. 2 Golden Age books. This early Jumbo Comics, number 65. It's got some condition issues here, as you can see. Water damage. He had $50 on the book. I asked him if he would take $30. He said no, and then I went to go put it back. He goes, but I'll do $40. I was like, okay. So got this book for $40. And then the big purchase of the con is a book that I've always had my eye on. It's my first Golden Age Frazetta work. He didn't do the cover, but he did some of the interiors on this book. And it's Weird Science Fantasy number 20. It's a really nice copy, as my voice cracks there a little bit. He had 175 on it. I asked him if he could do any better. I got it, I think, for 140 or 145, which was perfect for me. The spine looks really good on this, in my opinion. I'll just take it out of this magazine top loader. Really nice copy. I'm gonna find a spot for this on the wall. I'm gonna repaint down here hopefully during the month of July and redo my comic wall. So hopefully maybe my next video I'll do like a new room tour. We'll see how much energy I have to do that. I got a week off coming in July. So that was the East Coast Comic-Con goodies. Just gonna move these out of the way before something bad happens to them. All right. Next book is a book that I got from a fellow Instagrammer. I've become kind of friendly with him on Instagram. He's at that comic book _guy, Sean. He showed some books that he got on Free Comic Book Day, and I had mentioned that I did not get this book on Free Comic Book Day, and he said that he would hook me up with a copy, and sure enough, he followed through. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Next is a book that I got from one of my local shops. I had some extra money that I didn't spend on at the con, so I got this Spider-Man 23. It's my lowest issue, not counting the coverless number 7 that I have. very happy to get this, and paid $75 for that. What stinks about Zap now, they used to have the punch cards for every $5. They'd put a punch in the card. Well, apparently they stopped doing that with anything that was over $50 or more.
Hey Google, how far away
Let me
is
just
the
turn
moon?
this off. Hold on a second. I keep getting distracted with hitting the skip ads on some music I'm listening to on YouTube. So yeah, they don't do the card punch anymore. And on top of that, you know, they charge you sales tax. So they kind of get you two different ways. I kind of don't like that. And then I picked up this at the same time. They had a copy of this True Believers #1 for the first appearance of Punisher. And then what else we got going here? I got this book. This took a long time to come in. So this is Detective Comics 1000. When I finally got this in the mail, they were on 1002, I believe. It took just a really long time for this to come. This really cool Adam Hughes cover. I think if I see him again in a con, this would be a book that I would have him sign, and maybe I'll get that slabbed. And then we got an eBay purchase. This next book I got for $50 plus shipping and sales tax. I actually didn't notice the sales tax until today. They charged me sales tax. So it came up to a grand total of $59. And this is A Haunt of Fear. The Haunt of Fear, number 22. Has some condition issues. It's not a bad book. Cover is holding on, not really secure. It'll look good though up on the wall. Let's see what else we got. Then I got some books from a local comic book show that I went to in Old Bridge. They have it every couple of months, and as soon as I walked in, the first dealer that I saw, as soon as I walked in the door, I walked to the door, in the door and to the right, there's a guy with some dollar boxes. I'm going to try to gingerly move this closer without messing things up. I have a tendency of knocking the camera over. And so I found the following books in his dollar bins, and I'm out of bags and boards, so I have to be careful with these. Amazing Spider-Man $7.99 and $7.98. Got those for $1. This is a book that I'll always pick up when I see it, because I always find it, and it's always cheap. Heroes Incorporated presents Canon. This is a book that came out in 1969, I believe. And it's got Wally Wood art, Steve Ditko art. I'll show you guys real quick some of the art in here. This is these are my 4th copies of this. And I always find them on the cheap, and they're always in high grade. I think the story goes that there was a warehouse find of these, I believe. Just trying to find some other cool pages to show. You kind of get the idea. So very, very cool find for $1. Here's a Dragonella script by Ron White and Wally Wood. I like Wally Wood art. All right. Other dollar finds. Some more Alias, number 27. Detective Comics number 3 from the New 52. I already had it, but for $1, I wasn't going to leave that. First time owning this book, Excalibur number 1. It's got a ding in it. It's right here. It's a pretty bad smash, but for $1, I figured I'd take that. And then a Bronze Age Avengers that I needed for my run. It's a good placeholder. Number 156. And VinCrew just showed this book today in a video I saw of his. This is Wolverine 75. You know, I knew there was something about this book. At first I thought it was the issue that Wolverine gets his metal ripped out of him, because I saw all those spikes and stuff, but it's actually has to do with the hologram. If you get the blue hologram, according to VinCrew, that's the book you want. Mine's got the green in it, so that's not the book you want. Found this early, well, this Bronze Age Lost in Space. I used to like the TV show back in the day. Gold Key for $1. I wasn't going to leave that. Sorry that the bottom of these books are getting cut off here. I wish I can do something about that. I'm just afraid of knocking everything over. Let me see if I do this. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I maybe pile the books up here, like so. Let's see, how's that? That's a little better. X-Force 15 for $1. Cable Deadpool, popular issue. Detective Comics 647 for a spoiler. At one point somebody wanted $8 for that. I got it for $1. So he had some really nice dollar books. X Factor 19 and Amazing Spider-Man 612 variant edition. I didn't have that. This is a book at one time somebody was trying to get $20 for it. The price on these books have come down a lot over the years. Guardians of the Galaxy #2 for $1. Found this neat little novelty book in his dollar boxes. One of these little pocket digest books. I'm not a big Superman fan, but this book came out like either 77, 78, or 79. And that was only $1, and it was in really nice shape. Then I found this, the X-Force #1 with the Deadpool card and the newsstand variant. $1. Some J. Scott Campbell stuff. True Blood. And then I got the first appearance of Excalibur. It was, I believe, I don't know which printing there is, because there's normal printings of this book. You can tell by the price over there which printing it is. Again, somebody wanted $10 for this at one point. Grab that for $1. And Danger Girl and the Army of Darkness #1. More J. Scott Campbell for my J. Scott Campbell collection. And then I strictly grabbed these because of the sticker price that were on these. Somebody bought these from Zap Comics, and he had them in his dollar boxes. So I just grabbed them because I knew they were worth more than $1. Dark Knight #3, The Master Race, Book 1, Terry Dodson variant, the color variant, and the black and white sketch variant for $1. I mean, those were no-brainers for me. So those were some pretty cool books to find in the dollar bin. All right, we're coming down the proverbial home stretch. There was 2 books left that I got from the con. I've always liked this cover. Walt Disney, Mickey Mouse, and the Beanstalk. He wanted $25 for it. I talked him down to $20. And the same vendor I got this book from, Smash Comics #46. Somebody on Instagram educated me on this. I thought that this was a Golden Age Spirit issue, but it turns out it's a Spirit ripoff character, and I'm surprised that there was no, who knows, maybe there was lawsuits for the likeness, but it's a character called Midnight. And I mean, he looks just like the Spirit. And I got that, I think, for 25 or 30. It wasn't much. So that was the extent of the little con. It's a small, I shouldn't say con, it's like a comic book show. There's like maybe 20 dealers there. And all the books I got were from two different guys. And they were the booths were right next to each other. If you're familiar with that Old Bridge show, you go in and they're in the same spot every time. It's the first guy on the right when you walk in, and then the guy has Golden Age books right next to him. So those two guys. Next are some more flea market finds. These next couple books I got for $2, and I got these from the Englishtown flea market, and it's been few and far between in finding anything good down there. If you're comic book hunting and you want to go to a flea market, it wouldn't be my first choice. I normally go there when I have time to kill and not a lot of money to spend. So I went down there a couple of Sundays ago and found a guy with a couple of boxes. They weren't even long boxes. They were just, I forgot what type of boxes he had these books in. But I'm going through them, and guys were coming around, also trying to look through them. And I had like 2 or 3 boxes in front of me. And I was just kind of spread out with elbows out because I wanted to go through these kind of by myself and didn't want to share. So I found a couple of decent things there. Some run fillers for the Mighty Thor 246 and 247. I always think that when I see this book that it's the first appearance of Firelord, but it's obviously not. Gonna move this, center this a little bit better. Ta-da. And then this book here completes the trilogy for me from a group of comics that's called, and I'm cheating here because I can't remember things, Madhouse Comics. It's part of an Archie line of comics. So this was Madhouse number 95. So this book started the trilogy. There was like 3 horror books in that run. So that's number 95. And then I happened to pull out the other books just to show you guys, because I happen to know where they were. So that was 95. This book I got from Why Not Art a long time ago. He sent that to me as a random act of kindness. And he might have sent me this one too, 97. So those 3 books are like a little mini run, and then it turns into like Archie books again. So I got that for $2. And then I got my second copy. All these other books here that I got are doubles, but there was no way in heck I was going to pass them up. Star Slayer number 2, first appearance of the Rocketeer, and I believe on the back cover, yes, there's some Dave Stevens art as well. Ta-da! Love me some Dave Stevens. And then I got DC Comics Presents number 27. They had a bunch of DC Comics Presents. I was hoping, beyond hope, I was going to find the 2 new Teen Titans appearance. I think somebody had to have found it in there. I must have been in there because most of the other issues were there. Got that for $2. First appearance of Mongol. And then this book here, I paid full price for it a while ago, and it's one of the books that's in my collection that I kind of regretted paying full price for, but this makes up for it now. My second copy of the Action Comics 521 first appearance of Vixen. And then just a couple of more books that I found at the flea market in dollar bins, at a different flea market. I found because there's been a big Batman Beyond craze lately. Batman Beyond #1. I think that's from the second series. And I found the money book. I saw this book on, Comic Tom's weekly top 10 list, and it prompted me to go out to the flea market the next day to go digging, because I had a feeling I'd find it, and sure enough I did. And then I just got 4 more books. I found this trio of books in a dollar bin. These are some gorgeous Lucio Perillo covers, and there's been a Lucio Perillo craze lately. I knew that was only a matter of time. So all 3 of those were $1. And I found the money book. I think this is going for $75 and more. All of a sudden, imagine if I found 3 of those, that would have been awesome. So that's it, guys. That is my haul. 26 minutes or so of books, and listen to me chatter on about random things. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. And my next video, I was wondering if people would be interested in seeing what is in this particular short box. I bought one of these plastic short boxes, and I put my quote special books in there. I even ponied up and bought a pack of Mylars and I changed them all out into Mylars. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing just a video of what's in this box, and I can make that my next video. If I get like 25 people or more that want to say they want to see it, then that's what I'll do. All right, guys, thanks again, and there's Balrog. We'll see you next time. Take care.